Shalom, shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the 144,000, the governing body, 12,000 from each tribe. All praises goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Baha, Racha, Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone, aka GMS, who continue to rule and teach the church well, leading the flock by example, and whom I've learned this 100% truth from. Peace, blessings, and salutations goes out to the Akim, pushing this gospel, this good news, the world over, in sincerity and in truth. Adawan Ratazar, that is to say, Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And, this devil, E, all right, the so-called WHITE man, it's clear that he's at war with us, or not with us, sorry, he's against us, man. All right, he's against everything. He's against nature. All right, he's adverse to the world. All right, damaging the environment. Against everyone on the face of this planet, man, and even himself. Okay, this devil will destroy everyone, including himself. All right, and he's poisoning the food, poisoning the air, chemtrails, constantly going forth in the air, man. All right, that's why Scripture talks about he shall wear out the saints, man, the saints of the Israelites. Okay, all right, and if this devil was to continue to rule, man, no flesh will be saved. All right, because look what he's doing to the food. This is from endtimeheadlines.org. Okay, it's a fairly recent article. It says new study reveals ultra-processed food linked to 32 harmful effects to our health. And look at that. When you look at the image, you see Pringles, all right? If I can make out some other ones. But, popular, snacks full of salt and sugar, all right? Additives, preservatives, all right? It's all processed junk, GMO stuff. And think about it. If they've got a healthy section, all right, within, these stores, then what must the other stuff be? And don't get me wrong, these healthy things, these organic things, they're all, processed too, okay? If you see what this devil was doing to the food behind the doors, man, it'd put you off eating again, okay? Because, all the nutrients are being destroyed, okay? The food, so much enhancers and drugs in them, man, that it does more damage to you than heal you, which is what food is supposed to do, restore you. When you go to these restaurants and things like that, they use a lot of all these bad oils, you see, cheap oils, okay? And over time, man, it leads to, diabetes, things like that. All manner of health problems come from it. So, this devil, sets himself as the Lord's chosen, but does everything against the Scriptures, the Holy Bible. You see? Ultra-processed food, UPF, is directly linked to 32 harmful effects to health, including a higher risk of heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, adverse mental health, and early death, according to the world's largest review of its kind. You see? And even in certain countries, in Europe, and even in Russia, certain foods in America are banned over in Europe, man. All right? Gatorade, that drink, is one of them. It's one of them, I think it's Lucky Charms, another cereal as well, if I remember correctly. Okay? And this is prophecy that we'd eat, our food's defiled amongst the Gentiles, man. All right? That's why the apostles are pushing detoxing and eating healthy and things like that, exercising and things like that. All right. The findings from the first comprehensive umbrella review of evidence come amid rapidly rising global consumption of UPF, such as cereals, protein bars, fizzy drinks, ready meals, and fast food. You see? And usually what's good takes time to do. Okay? Things that are rushed, usually ain't of good quality. In the UK and US, more than half of the average diet now consists of ultra-processed food. For some, especially people who are younger, poorer, or from disadvantaged areas, a diet comprising as much as 80% UPF is typical. You see? And this devil pushes, McDonald's, and more information is coming out how disgusting that is. Burger King, KFC. All right? That's why that's heavily pushed in Jake. Jake, short for Jacob, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, all right? As well as Israelite foreigners, speckled bird, all right? Scattered seed. Okay? All these junk foods are promoted and pushed in our communities for a reason. You see? We're at the bottom. All right? It's all about keeping us down, keeping us on a low vibration, killing us off. All right? Food warfare, man. Okay? You got all these colouring enhancers in the food. Okay? Things you can't even flipping pronounce. A whole bloody paragraph, or even two, on the back of these labels. That's why I have to constantly check the labels to see what's in these things when you buy them. We have to eat the best of the worst. You see? And this is the worst it's come to with food, man, within Esau's queendom. Okay? At least in ancient Egypt, we ate better. We ate better, man. The earth ain't been in such a low, state. It is, been in the past like it is now. All right? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. And it reads, "And Yahweh said, even thus shall the sons of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles," right, the heathens, whither I will drive them. You see? These foods are sacrificed to different gods. These heathens sacrifice their, foods to their gods. Things like that. Okay, that's why it's imperative we pray over our foods, man, and our drink. Okay? Okay? Because we'd be consumed, man. All right? If the Lord was not on our side, man, we'd be consumed. All right? So everything's defiled, man. All right? We just have to make do with what we have. You see, and these things, man, it's all out on the internet, man. All right? And now it's coming to the forefront. Got a new study. This is really all old. These things have been unhealthy, and you shouldn't even really be eating it. I understand you might get a feel for, a bit of a treat. Okay? But a lot of our people, man, that will just pick it, grab it, throw it in the trolley, pay for it and eat it, and don't really consider much. Findings published in the BMG suggest diets higher in UPF may be harmful to many elements of health. The results of the review involving almost 10 million people underscored a need for measures to target and reduce exposure to UPF, the researchers said. The review involved experts from a number of leading institutions, including Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in the US, the University of Sydney, and Sorbonne University in France. And really the best way to go is just to follow the dietary laws of the Holy Bible. Okay? All right? But, these heathens and this devil, man, they push shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. And lobster was prison food at one point. Okay? They push that. They push that as a delicacy. Take these things out of the oceans, which not everything is moves and crawls you're supposed to eat. No. Certain animals clean the earth. Vultures, all right. Pig, shrimp. Shrimp are bottom feeders. Okay. But no, they put that as delicacy and sell it such a high price. You have Red Lobster over there in Babylon the Great, aka America. People wine and dine their women there, man, eating abominable stuff. The scriptures talk about you should not eat an abominable thing, man, because really you're partaking in serving another god. They added greater exposure to ultra-processed food was associated with a higher risk of adverse health outcomes, especially cardiometabolic, all right? Common mental disorders and mortality outcomes. That's why a lot of our people are so, full of demons and wild and messed up, because of the stuff they're putting in their bloody food. These little sweets and shit, full of sugar and salt. Giving it to the kids, make them get hyperactive and all that, man. See, these findings provide a rationale to develop and evaluate the effectiveness of using population-based and public health measures to target and reduce dietary exposure to ultra-processed foods for improved human health. Oh dear. Ultra-processed foods, including packaged baked goods and snacks, fizzy drinks, stay away from, alright? Sugary cereals. Because these things are full of parasites, man. Okay? And then the more you eat these things, the more your body craves it more and more. Alright? Ready to eat or ready meals undergo multiple industrial processes and often contain colours, emulsifiers, flavours and other additives. See? And you know, you got natural sugars, healthy sugars within fruits and things like that. And these devils will add more sugar to it. See? Adding more sugar on top of sugar. These products also tend to be high in added sugar, fat and or salt, but are low in vitamins and fibre. See? Things that you need for your body, man. They're low in. Alright? But they're more in the things that your body shouldn't really have much of. Alright? You know, and microwaving and things like that, man, that's just radiation, man. Okay? We live in a instant gratification society, you know, where people want, you know, on-the-go meals, you know, things ain't taking time to prepare and think and done. That's why it's best to just do your, you know, cook your own thing, because you can control what's going in that, and you know what's going in it. All right. Previous studies have linked UPF to poor health, but no comprehensive review had yet provided a broad assessment of the evidence in this area. See? Another good thing you can do as a health tip is to squeeze lime and lemon over your food as well. Okay? The review articles were all published in the past 3 years and involved 9.9 million people. None were funded by companies involved in the production of UPF. See? So it's all coming to light, man. There's nothing uncovered that shall not be revealed. You see? This lesson ain't, you know, medical, you know, advice or anything like that in case to strike it. Estimates of exposure to ultra-processed foods were obtained from a combination of food frequency questionnaires, 24-hour dietary recalls and dietary history, and were measured as higher versus lower consumption, additional servings per day, or a 10% increment. See? You know. That's where we're at, man. That's why we need a new world, a new heaven, where dwelleth righteousness, man. Because we're going to be teaching these nations what to eat and how to eat. We should be eating to live, not living to eat, man. But that's the thing. You know, this world promotes the lust of the flesh, pride of life. Okay, going after your carnal things, whatever you see, you just go after it, man. It doesn't teach you balance. Okay. But we delve into a bit of pleasures in righteousness, of course, or within balance. Okay? Because a just balance and a just weight is the Lord's delight, man. But a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. You see? Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? See, and this world is upside down, man, morally, spiritually. Or shall I say morally, mentally, physically, economically, socially. This world is... It's devil, man. He's turning things inside out. Right is wrong, wrong is right. Okay? You know, and growing up, we thought this was the best way to eat. And things like that. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 30. In verse 15, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and strong body above infinite wealth. You see, and you got rich people who, rich beyond measure or whatever, who, you know, they're not in good shape. You'll have some rich people who just, their health ain't good, man, and you can't enjoy your wealth if, you know, your health ain't in check. So you got all them riches and you can't really enjoy it, man. That's why health is wealth, really. You see? Verse 16, there is no riches above a sound, you know, sound going into healthy, right? A healthy body, and no joy above the joy of the heart, meaning the mind. You know, once you have, you know, you're fit and healthy, you're in the right mind, you know, you don't have all these ailments and bodily issues and problems. You know, that's when you're at your best, man. You're more than satisfied, you're happy. Okay? And things like that. But you can't enjoy riches if you're, you know, in a bad state. Verse 17, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. You see? You know, that's what comes from a lot of this, you know, processed food, man. You see? Convincing evidence showed that higher UPF intake was associated with about a 50% increased risk of cardiovascular disease-related death, a 48 to 53% higher risk of anxiety and common mental disorders, and a 12% greater risk of type 2 diabetes. You know, that's why, you know, fasting is important. Okay? You know, even myself, I need to get back onto that again. And, you know, the healthy eating and things like that. And it teaches discipline too. Discipline as well. Controlling when to eat, what to eat as well. It's good for you. See? So yeah. Alright, so bear that in mind, man. Stay away from certain foods. Okay? And, you know, just opt for the healthy option and things like that. And be mindful of when you should eat too. You know, not eating late. Okay? You know, incorporate more fruit and veg. Things like that. Alright? I'm going to get the etymology of the word defile. The verb for defile comes from the 1400, all right, to desecrate, profane meaning outside the temple, from the Latin profanum, all right, to make foul or dirty. You want to tell me in these processing plants, you know, lab grown foods, like lab grown chicken and things like that. It's all fake. Also to rape, deflower, alteration of earlier defoulant from Old French, defouler, trample down, violate. Also ill treat, dishonor. You know, this devil don't keep the land Sabbath. And he's spraying all these things on these farms, on the ground, in the soil erosion. Crops can't grow well. Okay? So all the food is contaminated, man. And we ain't taking that. And it has an effect on us. So it's been trampled down, man. From D down, follow to tread. From Latin fuller, person who cleans and thickens cloth by stamping on it. Defile now, narrow passage in a mountain region. Okay. Scriptures also mention about, you know, in the law about sowing, you know, different seeds. You know, when it comes to planting, you know, together, you're not supposed to. All right? But this devil, man, he you know, he's wicked, man. He's that wicked root. Okay? He doesn't do right. Okay? That's the one. it's in Psalms about Cain. First John chapter 3 verse 12. That's it. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother Abel. All right, and Cain, represents Esau. Abel represents the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And wherefore slew he him, because his own works are evil and his brother's righteous. You see? And Cain brought fruit as a sacrifice, which was unrighteous. All right, and Abel brought a righteous sacrifice, man. See? So yeah. That's why, we have to get out of this, man, because, it's that constant battle, the flesh against the spirit, right? Even in farming, man, these animals, pumping the animals with hormones and things. Look, a whole manner of stuff is going on behind closed doors, man, right? And it's coming out, okay? Gilbait's buying up more farmlands, all right? You got your Beyond Meat and things like that. And don't forget even, certain cookware as well that are hazardous, you see. So from all fronts we're being attacked, all right? But we have to, pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, man, and move circumspectly, man, full circle all around, and just be cautious, doing the best that we can with with what we have, okay? So I don't want to rat us out. This lesson was edifying. I'm going to end it there. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, Bahar Raka Kodash, Kwam Yasharala, Wam Wathla Babal, peace, blessings, and mercy to the Bayath Shaldavadah, the house of David, the tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the whole earth. Shalom to the elect.